Let's go.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans, thanks for joining us for another Wednesday night episode of the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Coming at you right now from the Know It All's YouTube channel, Steel Curtain Network. We out here everywhere in these streets talking about our favorite squad, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm here with the fellas. The trip right there in the top right corner, Triple OG. Shannon White in the building. Shannon, what's up, man?
I was just noticing that Big G's already into his Halloween scary season there with Boo.
He be in the big fine because I seen them lips turning.
Would you stop looking at my lips, man? Like
I see
you can say, Tate, I see you talking and the mute is on.
No, I can't do that, dog.
You always
I can't
choose to go. You always choose to go to the lip game.
Facts. That is facts, man.
How do you see his lips behind the sign?
Hey, man, I got secret ways, dog. I got secret ways over here. Ways that I listen. I told you I'm G-Stradamus. I can see. I got sight beyond sight, baby. I can see.
Yeah,
I can way out there, man.
I don't know because my lips probably wasn't even moving. I probably wasn't even talking.
No, they were moving. I seen them.
Oh, not
dry snitch. That's what I'm talking about, Shannon. Get the dry snitch on. I'm with you,
man. You guys, man.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, man. So, what's up with you, Big G? We just got off Smash the Gas.
Yeah,
had a good discussion over there with Curb. Dropped off one old head, picked up another in the building.
Curb was diabolical though, dog. He was all right, but man, there was some of the stuff he was talking about was straight nonsense, man. But I understand.
What Curb say? Curb say they gonna cut Roman Miller.
Yeah, get it.
I said a wide receiver starved team is not going to cut their third or fourth option at wide receiver in game 5. Yeah. And he's a third round pick and he's cheap. So he's not causing problems like George Pickens and Chase Claypool and all that. So I don't think they're going to cut him. No.
What did you call him? Roman who?
Roman Wilson, didn't I?
No. It's where's Waldo Wilson? Where's Waldo? Dog, he's missing in action. Where's Waldo Wilson at, dog? Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Where's he at? Where the hell is he at?
You're not missing in action if you haven't got any action. And Big G, but because I'm always the voice of reason, the voice of optimism, I'm going to say right now, against the Browns, Roman Wilson has 4 catches for 40 yards.
A tutty?
I'm not putting a tud on him. I'm not doing that.
Come on, man.
Thank you, Juice.
Because
Juice said he called him Roman Miller.
I
thought you said Roman Miller, and I was like, maybe I'm hearing things, but
I knew he was talking about it. Don't matter. It don't matter.
but
listen,
I don't even know who Roman Miller is, though. I'm not saying
I didn't either. I didn't know who you're talking about.
That's why he's where's Waldo? We don't even know who the hell we don't even know who the dude is. We can't even call his name out right. He out there. Dog, who is you? Number 10 come on the field, be like, who is that wide receiver? Where'd he come from?
I know.
I ain't never seen him before.
I remember Roman Meal bread. Y'all remember that bread?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but Tate, I gave the big boot, man. I gave the big boot because it's the Browns week, dog. It's the Browns. Boo to the Browns. Boo. I hate the Cleveland Browns, dog. I hate the Cleveland Browns more than I hate the Ratbirds, dog. I hate the Browns.
No,
dog, I can't stand Cleveland, bro. Get them out of here. They always talk like they can do something strange to us, man. All the time, and they ain't that good.
And they never do, which is why you shouldn't pay no attention to them, man. They just
hate them, man.
Me, all in your ear, and just shoo them away. They ain't gonna do nothing, really.
That's a pest, though, dog. I ain't trying to be dealing with no damn pest, man. I had a Browns fan tell me today, Myles Garrett about to knock Aaron Rodgers out the NFL, right? I looked at him. I said, Boy, do you realize what you're going to say? And that's why I came up with the 42 power. Shannon, first play of the game, 13 personnel with Anderson and Washington in the game. Super Hayward in at fullback. 42 power right at Myles Garrett. And the running back, don't cut. Run him straight at him. And all 4 of their asses hit him. 42, I'm calling it first play. 42 power. 42 power and run straight at him.
Hey, Big G. That's some old school stuff right there.
What you said?
That's some old school stuff.
Yeah, 42.
That's the kind of stuff we seen in the 70s with the steel curtain.
Yeah.
If a guy did a cheap shot, they'd even have a negative play just to have 2 guys wipe a guy out.
Yeah, 42 power
back in the day.
Shannon, that's what this is. That's what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
We trying to show him right off the bat that you ain't gonna get nothing off crazy, and you might be in the tent after all 4. And Shannon dolphining, lay on top of him, roll over him, elbow him, kick him, do all kind of strange stuff. Matter of fact, get a personal foul penalty on the first freaking play of the game. Get a personal foul penalty, man. Show him what time it is right off the bat. Get him out of here.
Don't disagree. Steeler Lee, $1.99 super chat. We appreciate you. Shout out to you, Steeler. You say, I respect the Ravens. I hate the Browns.
Facts.
Yes.
I get it. Now, to me, big picture, right? The Ravens are the real Browns, though.
That's facts.
They are the real Browns when you look at it like that. And the Ravens, since the inception of the AFC North, has been our biggest rival, has been the most heated rivalry, has been the most competitive games. Since the Browns came back, they ain't even competitive. Y'all really hate the old Browns, which is the Ravens. That's what I'm getting at.
I hate both of them, dog, but it's just that ugly ass. This color right here, that's why they get the big boo. Get them out of here, man. Get them out of here. Boo.
I get it. So we gonna talk about this game. Got a super chat, Big G. Pull it up. No
Arts baby doll came over from Steelers Almighty, man. Arts, thanks for hitting the subscription button. Thank you for the super chat, man, and joining us on the Know It Alls channel. He says Steelers need to make the clowns eat turf. 42 power, Arts baby doll. First play of the game. 13 personnel. Super Hayward in the fullback. Anderson and Washington in, so that way he can't duck nothing, and he's getting a triple team and the running back. Don't duck him, run straight at him on the first freaking play. Try to knock his ass out the game. Get him out of here, bro. First play.
Yeah, I think, and tell you guys what you think. Last week, I liked the combination of Spencer Anderson, Darnell Washington getting a lot more snaps, right? Going really heavy. I like that. But I also think the Browns are the number 1 run defense in the league.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like power on power, force on force kind of thing. My question is, do you think running that exclusively or most of the time, say 60% of the time, that's what they run, and the fact that it's Spencer Anderson and not either Jonnu Smith or Pat Freiermuth limits our weapons on the field?
It depends on the game plan, Tate. Really, to be honest, it depends on the game plan. I think who's going to be featured this week, Jaylen Warren we know is going to get touches. We know Gainwell's going to get touches. We know DK is going to get touches. But who's the other guy that they feature? That depends on the game plan. Is this
Roman Miller? Roman Miller.
You mean where's Waldo Wilson? Where's Waldo Wilson? Yeah, but bro, it depends on who they try to feature. Traditionally, Freiermuth has had great games against the Browns. I'm just, for y'all to know, Freiermuth has good games against the Browns. So who's the other person that they're going to feature outside of Warren, outside of DK, outside of Gainwell? There's got to be another person. So who's that person going to be? So I don't know, Shannon. I don't know what your thoughts is with that, bro.
Watching Cleveland's defense this year, they've given up some big plays. They've been a solid defense. for the most part, but they've given up big plays to candidates that you wasn't expecting. You could scheme because they're kind of predictable. And some of the backups and afterthought players have had some big plays here and there. And so I think a guy like Skoranek, Darnell Washington, maybe somebody they're not expecting can have a big play or two in the game.
I would love to see Washington catch a touchdown pass. Oh my God.
But so the question was, do you think having Spencer Anderson on the field for another week, more than Jonnu Smith or Pat Freiermuth, offensive weapons?
It depends on who they feature. But I would say no. Listen, this is a divisional game. This is big boy ball.
That's true too.
This is big boy ball, man. It's a divisional game. Let's play some football. So I ain't trying to look, Tate. I already done told you what I'm gonna say. Let's get sexual with him, dog. Let's get sexual with him, man. Let's do something strange to him, man. Let's do something strange to the Browns, bro. Something strange to him.
No Diddy. You got to chill.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You gonna take it? What are you talking about?
I'll take the no Diddy. I'll take it.
Oh, that's not what you said originally. You said I'll take it. Now you said I'll take the no Diddy. Thank you for the clarity. Because when you be in the streets like you be in the streets, and you saying I'll take it, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think again they need to utilize the shorter passing attack. You try to get the yak yards, back off the defense a little bit, and then establish as they, get some offensive success and show their capabilities. Then bring in Anderson and try to wear him down later. But, as Big-G says, it depends on what the game plan is.
I agree with Shannon. I think, again, this is a week where I think they pass to open up the run.
Yeah.
Because the Browns' run defense is so solid. That could be, and I like Darnell Washington as the tight end and 12 personnel. You can rotate Muth and Jonnu Smith because you need that receiving threat, but you also need that blocking threat who could be an outlet threat. I see that's the dual threat that Washington is, right? He can not only save you, like I said the last show, Big G, he can save your running back from having to chip on the side of Myles Garrett, because if Myles Garrett is on the side opposite Washington, you're just seeing Washington in motion.
Yeah.
And change the play to go the other way.
Yeah.
Right?
That's facts.
He can chip and he can release. So I like that, like an extra lineman that don't have to come in and declare himself eligible, and he can go out and get a pass. He can slip out and get a pass, and he gonna stumble forward for 7-8 yards on every play, right? So I like that, but I think it's gonna be critical that they hit some passes early to kind of stretch that number one run defense, so Jaylen Warren and Gainwell can get more involved, and it helps offensive line too. You know what I mean? Helps offensive line if you can come out and pass, and then that's gonna make the play action easier. That's gonna make running the ball easier because they kind of dropping back thinking it's gonna be a pass. So I think Arthur Smith will call a mixture this game, a mixture of plays and stuff. But I do really like the heavy jumbo personnel with Spencer Anderson in there. I just think we can't do it to when it becomes a detriment, because that's so you essentially subbing Spencer Anderson for Jonnu Smith, or even if it's 12 personnel for another if it's 13 personnel, another receiver. Well, it's 13 personnel, he wouldn't be in there. But you could have more speed on the field because nobody's worried about Spencer Anderson catching a pass.
Facts. But in a fantasy land, Tate, in my perfect world, we also going to run another play against the Cleveland Browns. 77 stretch. We're going to stretch Broderick Jones out to the left, and we're going to throw him the damn ball. 77 stretch. I saw Alabama do it, and Proctor almost scored. Proctor weighed 365 pounds, and he almost scored. They ran 74 stretch. Let's run 77 stretch to the short side of the field. Flex out Jones, put Washington in a tackle, and throw him the damn ball because he gonna score. He gonna score. 77 stretch, baby. Let's get it in the playbook. Let's get it in the playbook, Shannon. 77 stretch. I'm telling you, man. Arch babied off for the $2, man. We appreciate it. He said, I hope the Steelers don't underestimate the Browns. I hope they don't either. That's why we got to get nasty with them. We got to do some strange things to them, man. Flat out, Shannon. What you thinking?
They have to reestablish home field advantage. I think, what are they, like, lost 4 of the last 5 at home?
Yeah.
They lost their only game at home this year. It's just they have to reestablish. If you're going to be a true playoff contender, you have to have home field advantage.
Agreed. And you got to get tough.
It's been a while, to be honest. So hopefully they can reestablish that and remind the Browns and the Bengals who they are.
Yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it totality.
We're going pause right here, take a quick break, watch on YouTube. We're not going anywhere. We got 99 people watching right now. Let's take that number up over 100 before we're done here. High up in the hundreds if we can. But we're going to take a quick break. Like I said, YouTube, we're not going anywhere. Audio listeners, we have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers, but we'll definitely be right back after this. Just stay with it. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Your boy Tate in the building with Trip OG and little fella, Mr. Algorithm himself right now. Can never keep up with who this dude is, man. He be in the streets, he 50-50, you know, G-Stradamus, Algorithm. Oh, wait, Algorithm. We gotta get Shannon to raise the roof.
Yo, yeah, Shannon. You got to do your thing. You about to hit the ground. Look at Shannon over there. That's what I'm talking about, Shannon. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Shannon got that old school groove going up there, man.
Looking all smooth with it. Yeah.
But yeah, hey, so audio listeners, thanks for listening. But you got to jump on the YouTube so you can see this every week.
Oh yeah. We get to the end over here.
We gonna lobby to get Shannon on Dancing with the Stars, man.
Sure is. Get that big bread, baby. Get that bread, Shannon. Go get that money.
But fellas, so let's talk about it. Do you guys remember last time the Steelers had a home playoff game?
Yep.
I'd like to forget it.
COVID year. We was out there looking trash. COVID year. We looked super trash in COVID year. Matter of fact, now that I think about it. But was that really a home playoff game? Take you mute, dog. Was that really? I don't know if that was. It was, but it wasn't, man. It's a lot of stuff, man. That, dog, wasn't nobody. There wasn't none of these. Yeah. There wasn't none of these, dog, in there, dog.
It was in pit, and I was mute, Big G, because I was crunching on the Pringle. So that's why I hit the mute sometimes. I don't want you to hear me sip out my water bottle or hear me crunch a Pringle. But back to the game. The Terrible Towels weren't in the building. They let some people in, but I think it was like, if I remember correctly, it was like couldn't be more than like 5,000 people or something like that. Like,
yep.
And I think Heinz Field holds like 60,000 or so like that. Or Acrisure Stadium now, but it was Heinz Field then. But yeah, so they played at home, but it wasn't the home field advantage. It was like playing at a neutral site that's in Pittsburgh because you don't have your fans in there. You don't got people going crazy off Renegade. They opened up that game with the first, second play of the game, a snap over Ben's head and the Browns by Pouncey. The Browns recovered it for a touchdown.
Trash.
That was the last time. That's when Pouncey told Ben they were sitting on the bench over there, and Pouncey said he was out of there. Ben came back for one more year. So I believe we gave up like 42 points or so against the 48 points, 48-30, I believe the score was of that game.
Yeah, they lit us up.
Yeah. So yeah, that was at home, but we need and even the last time we won, it was on the road. It was in Kansas City. One against Patrick Mahomes, was against Alex Smith, and we didn't score a touchdown. Chris Boswell kicked 6 field goals that game
and got the dub.
But it's kind of like I was saying, they've lost the home field advantage. The teams are not scared to come to Hinesville or to Acrisure Stadium. The Steelers, the fans don't get amped up like they used to. They take the Renegade or something like that, and it doesn't even seem to be as effective as it was. And then we've seen games like where the 49ers had half the stadium, which, I'll still, for a home opener, I'll never get past that one. It's just not the same. And I think it's the product on the field.
But no, Shannon, no, it is. But it's some of them stubborn ass Yinzis, man. I mean, you can't sit. Don't hide in the shadows and talk. Get in the stadium, right? It shouldn't be.
It was Steeler fans that sold their tickets to San Francisco 49ers fans.
Yeah.
And let me say this. I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio. The 2 favorite teams in Youngstown, Ohio, the Browns, the Steelers. The third team, because Eddie DeBartolo's from Youngstown, all kind of businesses in Youngstown, started the malls in the 80s and stuff. So a lot of 49er fans in Youngstown too. And if Steeler fans are selling tickets to people who are literally an hour drive away, that's kind of why some of that stadium looked like that day, I think, too.
Yeah, but the Yinzis is tripping, though. The Yinzis is tripping.
How
they tripping. Listen, this the killer part. We go to Ireland, we take over. I'm telling you right now, Yinzis, on the Monday night game or Sunday night game, when we go to Los Angeles, we're going to take over that damn stadium, bro. I'm telling you right now, we're going to take it over, right? On the road, man, we deep. Like we take over stadiums, but then we let people come take over our stadium. And that's because the Yinzis be tripping, bro. The Yinzis is get in the stadium. What are you doing?
Doing part to, like Shannon has said before, the Steeler brand is worldwide. Steeler fans are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So I live here in the DMV, Washington, D.C. area, and I've been to probably 3 Steeler Commanders game at the time, Redskins. And it's always more Steeler fans than Washington fans. But any other Commanders, but this is a transient area, right? This is the federal government. This is people come here for work and contracts and all kinds of stuff. So this is a transit area. But yeah, there's no reason, like to Shannon's point, that stadium should be taken over or even give the appearance that there are more of the other guys here than Steelers fans are.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
But that particular game Shannon's talking about, that was a season opener. I don't know that there was like that element of being disappointed in the team. That was a home first game opener, and those guys let 49ers fans out showing they had no reason to be upset yet. You know what I mean? That was Kenny Pickett's first start. Kenny Pickett looked good in the preseason. There was all this potential, we're going to be good, and they still allowed to come 49er fans to come to Pittsburgh and kind of take over. I remember that. I remember we had it. We talked about that during the show. We've been doing it this long now.
We all know people that have season tickets.
Yeah,
and
facts.
everybody I talked to before that game was like the Niner fans were paying crazy amounts for these tickets.
Yeah.
And the money was more important than seeing them live. And it ended up they lost their home field advantage. But again, you're coming off of some, the playoff loss at home to the Browns that we already referenced. So, I mean, the mystique is dead. And you're going to have to reestablish your home field dominance and your home field advantage. And, we're going to talk a little later about maybe who will be the next quarterback if the Steelers go that route. The problem is I don't think there's any fans, as much as anybody is a Tomlin supporter, that has any evidence to believe that Mike Tomlin is the right guy to develop a first-round quarterback. And, you know, he has to at least have an offensive coordinator that can relate and can help nurture and help a young quarterback grow. Because it can't be him and it can't be his offense. So, you know, we're focusing on this year right now. But I'm just saying that moving forward, there's going to have to be some changes or we're going to get more of the same.
We'll see. We'll see. I put it on the organization to develop a quarterback. That's just my opinion. It's not just about the head coach. It's about the quarterback coach, the offensive line, the offensive coordinator, the people upstairs, the support that you get overall for the organization. So it's got to be a collaborative effort to develop a young quarterback, regardless of who it is. So it just can't be saying Tomlin. No. It's got to be the OC, the quarterback coach, the people upstairs, the community. Everybody's got to embrace whoever the young kid is. Whoever he is, we have to embrace him. And we got to get past the fact, the understanding that number 7 is not walking through that damn door. It's not happening. No, we had our one run with number 7. It's over, right? 12 ain't walking through the damn door, even though my quarterback should be wearing 12. Terry Bradshaw, your diabolical self. You should have gave Rodgers that number. But anyway, 12 ain't walking through the door. 7 ain't walking through the door. So eventually we're going to have to move to our next guy. So it's got to be not just the head coach. It's got to be the organization that embraces the young guy. Because I'm telling you, the organization, whether people believe it or not, they did not embrace Kenny Pickett like that. All the way through the organization, no, they did not. No, they did not. They was quick to get rid of his ass. They didn't even give him a chance to develop. So it's got whoever the new kid is, the organization has to embrace him and develop him.
Hey, they Matt Canada that kid.
Quick.
They Matt Canada him. I mean, how could you put Matt Canada and say that's going to be your offensive coordinator that's going to nurture a young first-round quarterback? Ain't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're looking right now, Baker Mayfield, which they going to have for a song and a dance, lighten it up. But look who he's playing for. You got Danny Indiana Jones in Indianapolis, who looked like a bust, who, you know, everybody thought he was a bum. And look at what he looks like with a quarterback-friendly system. Coach.
Well, what was I would to that point, Shannon, I would ask, what was Brian Dable? He helped develop Josh Allen.
Facts. He did, because Josh Allen wasn't all that coming in. Josh Allen wasn't all that. He done turned him into something. But the organization turned Josh Allen. The organization said Josh Allen's our dude, and they got it behind it because they struggled at first. Josh Allen wasn't where you see Josh Allen now when he first came to the league.
Wasn't.
But he's also unique in the way he plays, and he's a large power rushing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you can't say that about Danny Jones. I mean, they're two different players. It has to be the scheme fit as well.
Facts.
But
agreed.
We know Tomlin doesn't have a scheme fit. It's ultra conservative. And there's going to have to be a change in offensive coordinator if they do go with the first-round quarterback. Not that I'm against Arthur Smith, but I would rather bring in a veteran like they did this year to try to work that system. I don't expect a rookie to.
Well, it seems like to me, in theory, tell me if I'm wrong, that system helps protect quarterbacks. I mean, Ryan Tannehill was on his way to bust status, and he got Arthur Smith.
Well,
had his best season ever. So the heavy personnel, the tight ends, the shorter routes, the big shots on occasion, to me, that helps protect the quarterback. Now, I don't know as much as him developing a quarterback, but the play calling, the system, seem like it goes in a way that helps protect the quarterbacks. Go ahead, Big G.
You got to remember that none of these guys we're talking about, Tannehill and Jones and Allen, none of them's won Super Bowls. The quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowls, you know, your Brady's and your Mannings and your Ben's and all these guys, they come through different system, different talent around them. You know, Cowart was a defensive minded coach too, but he gave a lot of leeway and freedom to his offensive coordinator.
Facts.
And I don't think you could say the same about some other coaches.
Yeah. S. Dresden, man, thank you for the $5, man. He said, not going to watch a single down of Tomlin featuring Will Howard ball. Will Howard's not our quarterback, you guys. I mean, I know a lot of people is going to get mad and upset at me to say that. And I know he hasn't had a fair chance, but he's a 6th-round pick. And he's a Buckeye, so you know I'm super biased when it comes to it. But no, they're going to draft a quarterback this year. What round? We'll get into that discussion later on, but you can book it. They're going to draft a quarterback, bro. You can book it.
So let's go ahead and talk about, I want each of your perspectives, and we kind of touched on it a little bit, on why the importance of a home playoff game and what you think the Steelers need to do from week 6, this game coming up, through the end of the season to get that home playoff game. Shannon, you go first.
Well, if they can't take advantage of the situation the next 2 games, even though they're still developing, they're still gelling, but they've got a real advantage, even with the injuries the Steelers have, and against the Browns and the Bengals. Then their schedule gets tougher while the Ravens gets easier. So the Steelers need a cushion. And then the head-to-head matchups between the Ravens and the Steelers are going to matter more later in the year. I don't even see the Bengals bringing Burrows back. If his timeline is he's going to miss that much of the season, they might be better off if they're out of playoff contention just to set him. And I don't see the Browns as a playoff threat. So, but they have to make hay these next 2 games. I still want to see the steady progression, improvement each week, fundamentally. Not just big plays, broken plays, turnovers. I want to see them to have straight 3 and outs where they just dominate the line of scrimmage and get that other offense off the field. And then I want to see them have some time of possession because they're converting and keeping the ball and driving it down the field. Not just a big play here or missed tackle there. You know, what we talked earlier about the 2020 when they lost the last home playoff game. That year started out great, and then they collapsed. And that's been a tendency. They're not ascending like they did in 2005, where they, you know, went into playoffs on a hot streak. They snuck in, but they were playing good. A lot of times it's how you're playing at the end of the year. Your health, everything. So, you know, injuries can derail any season for anybody. But I want to see them start to gel, communicate, the defense commit to being more aggressive like we're starting to see, and not giving up a blown play, a coverage here and there, which keeps happening. The more they play together, that should lessen. And now you've still got Slay and JPJ and Eccles, so they've still got a better secondary than they had last year. And then Ramsey will be back. They said he might be back sooner than what we thought.
Facts.
And same thing with Calvin Austin. You know, I don't know if he's going on the IR or not, but
no, he's not.
You know, they can still try to pick up somebody there. But regardless, it's the number 2 receiver's not going to get a ton of targets. But they just need to establish an identity on offense and the aggressive mindset on defense, and I'll be happy.
Say now, before I answer your question, I'm going to respond to Arts Baby Doll. Arts Baby Doll, thank you for the $5, man. He says, in your opinion, do you think that the Steelers can go undefeated in the division for the rest of the season? Yes. I really do believe and feel that the Pittsburgh Steelers, and not because I'm a homer, because I think the state of the state concerning the Baltimore Ravens is a lot worse than what people think. They don't have a defensive line. They don't. Lamar Jackson, this is the Lamar Jackson that we knew eventually was going to happen. Nagging, small injuries that would affect him because he runs the ball too damn much.
And he's getting older.
And he's getting older. And his body doesn't respond the way it responded before. And they got some struggle going on that offensive line. So do I think that the Steelers could run the table? 6-0, absolutely. But it's all injury-based. Now, to answer Tate's question, right, what do the Steelers need to do? I'm going to make it quick, fast, short, and to the hurry. The Pittsburgh Steelers needs to go a minimum 3-2 over the next 5 games. If they go a minimum of 3-2 over the next 5 games, that's going to seal the deal for the division. If they walk out of these next 5 games, and they're 6-3 or better in the next 5 games, they're going to win the division. It's over. Because they're going to separate by getting divisional wins. They're going to have to at least get 1 win between Green Bay, Indianapolis, and the Chargers. But if they go 3-2 or better, that makes them 6-3 overall, and they win the division.
I'd rather get a win against the Colts or the Chargers than Green Bay.
Okay, yeah, I'm with it.
AFC, and they're both leading their division, so it's a tie break potentially later.
Yeah, 6-3.
To your point, the next 6 games: Browns, Bengals, Packers, Colts, Chargers, Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
So you said they need to go in those 6. They need to go what record they need to? You want to see?
Over the next 5 games, they need to go a minimum of 3-2. Cleveland, Cincinnati, Green Bay, Colts, Chargers, Bengals. Well, that's 6 games. So if they go 4-2 over the next 6, it's over. Guaranteed it's over, because 4-2 would make them 7-3. With 7-3, yeah, the division's over with. The division's over with.
But you don't know what Baltimore's going to do between now and then.
But I know what they are going to do. They're going to get their ass kicked on Sunday. I know that for a fact. They're going to get mopped on Sunday. So if they lose on Sunday and we win our game, now that's another game of separation, because Cincinnati and Cleveland is not divisional threats. So that's what we need to do. These next 2 games are pivotal. Win the next 2. Okay, we're 5-1. And then what do we do in that middle ground? Green Bay, Indianapolis, Chargers, Cincinnati again. That right there, a 2-2 or better, it's over. It's over. But we still got to play. We still got to play, you know.
I agree with you. I mean, I think all these games are winnable. Like Shannon said, I want to see them get better as we continue throughout the schedule. If they could continue to ascend, get Ramsey back. I think he misses this game. Highsmith and Porter are coming back. Offensive line gets more games under their belts playing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
No Diddy. Playing together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they as long as that continual trend going up happens, Mark Tobin's comment, no way we go 6-0, Tomlin. And I don't think we'll go 6-0 in the next 6, but I think we can go 5-1. To me, Shannon mentioned it too, I believe, kind of. It's imperative that they win these next 2 games.
Yes.
Bro, but why do you separate Tomlin from the Steelers? It's not going to be Tomlin lose the game. The Steelers lose the game. Players play football. Coaches coach football. It's a collaborative effort. It's not Tomlin versus the Steelers. It's a collaborative effort. Tomlin can coach his ass off, and somebody makes a stupid mistake and we lose. Come on, dog. Come on. You got to get off that Tomlin BS, bro. It's the Steelers collaboratively.
They in history, I agree with you there, but in history, they've been known to lose games they should win. But which is why these 2 games they should win are so important, because I have every expectation, win or lose, they'll show up against Green Bay, the Chargers, and the Colts. They'll show up in those games and be very competitive. Just don't lose these games you're supposed to win.
Facts.
That's
facts.
You know, it's always going to be tough games. The ones you can't give away is the ones you're supposed to win. And that game against the Patriots, we thought we were supposed to win that. The Patriots better than we thought they were.
Yeah.
And I
think kicked Buffalo's ass. They kicked Buffalo's ass.
I'm getting at.
Yeah,
they're better than what we thought they were. You know, so now
because the only reason the Steelers won is they turned it over 5 times.
Yeah, but the Steelers caused those turns. That's the Steelers' defensive philosophy, whether you like it or not.
That's facts.
They will bend and not break and give up field goals and try and get splash plays on defense.
Yes,
that's what they do. That's their goal.
Top 5 in the league and getting turnovers. They go get it. They get sacks and turnovers, man. They handle their business when it comes to that. So that's their philosophy, Tate. You're right.
I just think it's important that they win these next 2 games, because these are games they're supposed to win. The Vegas has them favored. We have them favored. Now this Browns game, I think the Bengals game, all division games are tough, but I expect a more competitive battle from the Browns this Sunday than from the Bengals that Thursday. You know, just because the Browns defense it's not strength on strength. You know what I mean? Like our offense is not our strength, but the Browns defense is their strength.
But the Bengals have Unibrow. They have Burt from Burt and Ernie. They have Flacco now. Oh, Flacco gives the Steelers trouble because he stands back there, and if the pass rush don't get to him, he's got some really good receivers to get the ball to. And I'm telling you, he beat them with the Colts last year. I do not like. I'd rather play Brownie.
I would have too. Flacco's name just started for this week, but I've also seen how Flacco have looked thus far this year.
Yeah,
2 TDs and 6 interceptions.
Yeah, but the Bengals got a lot more offensive talent than the Browns have.
But you know what the Bengals ain't got, Shannon? And I already done said it. Joe Flacco, I guarantee you, got an insurance policy out on his life because they got Joe Burrow killed. Do you think an unmobile Joe Flacco is actually going to be able to do something? He might not even make it to the Steelers game. Green Bay going to get nasty with him. Michael Parsons going to try to kill that boy. He going to try to kill him. So, Flacco might not make it to the Steelers game, bro. I'm telling you. The Cincinnati Bengals had the worst offensive line I've ever seen in my life.
But that's why I said it's not strength on strength. We played the Browns. Our offense is not our strength. We just ran the ball good last game in Dublin, Ireland. The Browns are number 1 against defense. So we have our week going up against their strength. With the Steelers, however you look at it, yes, the Bengals offense is their thing. Their defense is way weaker than our offense. And our defense is built when healthy, built to beat the Bengals with Joe Burrow. That's what this defense is built on. So
Shannon, you hear me? 50. 50.
I don't think they'll score 51 game this year at all.
Come on, man. 50. 50.
That's not going to happen. But yeah, Vegas comment, Big G, go ahead and read it. Tomlin has lost 13 games. Go ahead.
Tomlin has lost 13 games when he has a 6.5 favorites or more in his career. That's the most in the time period. Okay. What's Tomlin's record against the Cleveland Browns? What's Joe Flacco's record against the Pittsburgh Steelers? Since you want to pull out stats, 11-11. What's Tomlin's record against the Browns? He beats their ass on a regular. What are you talking about?
It was a stat going around a couple of weeks ago before the Minnesota game that Tomlin is like 105 and 68 in one-score games, like the highest winning percentage all time in one-score games by any NFL coach. So, I mean, sometimes you drop, and like I said, we can't lose the games. That's exactly what I'm saying. We lose a lot of games we're supposed to win. You clean that up, we have way better seasons than the winning seasons we already have.
That's facts.
We had a winning season the other year. We lost consecutively to the Patriots, the Cardinals, and the Colts weren't good then. Clean that up. You go 2-1 in those games. Not only do you still have a winning season, you probably go from 10-7 to 12-5 just by winning 2 of the 3 games you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
So to me, that's what the Steelers need to do, and it starts Sunday against the Browns. I'm looking forward to seeing that. We're going to take one more break, fellas. We're going to come back and talk about this quarterback position. We each have our guys. Big G, you going to go first. Don't be trying pointing to Shannon to go first. You going to go first, bro.
Shannon, listen to me.
Because I already know where you was going. So if you watched on YouTube, again, stay with us. Going nowhere. Be right back in just a bit. You're listening to audio platform. We're going to talk about each of our favorite college QBs at this point. None of them have looked really, really great. I think maybe Big G has one of the ones that there was talk leading up into the season about. Me and Shannon got some guys we like what they doing. And Shannon and I's guys might not have to be a first-round pick. But we'll talk about them in just a minute. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Fine. Big G didn't see me that time, though. He got that algorithm sign up. So we got it.
I seen you on the I seen you on the playback, dog. I seen you right here. I saw you on the playback, dog. I caught you. I ain't caught you slipping. I was just muted too, so you didn't have no background noise, just so you know. So I couldn't yell fine. But yeah, but I seen you, dog. I seen you. You ain't going nowhere, dog.
Okay. So Big G, the quarterback that you selected, and to tell us about him, tell us where you think he could go in the draft. Go ahead. I'm gonna pull the graphic up and go ahead and tell us about him.
So this year's quarterback class is not as strong as what a lot of people were thinking. The 2027 class is going to be a lot stronger than what most people are thinking, because I'm seeing some young guys like Dante Moore, like DJ Langway, some other guys that they're playing football, right? But I think there's a clear-cut quarterback target for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this draft, and that's Lenore Sellers. I have watched every game Lenore Sellers has played over the last 2 seasons. I've never missed a game. I've actually watched multiple games in all 22 format to see what Lenore Sellers would look like against NFL caliber players. No, listen, the South Carolina Gamecocks are 3-2. They've struggled a little bit, but it's not because of Lenore Sellers. Lenore Sellers is an outstanding quarterback. And in my opinion, the Steelers holding on to all these 12 draft picks, that's a kid you trade for. Lenore Sellers, drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, would be a minimum 10-year starter. And I'm not saying that he needs Shannon. I think that Arthur Smith maybe could develop him, maybe. But I could see them bringing in a quarterback guru or changing the coordinator to put him in position for Lenore Sellers to excel. He doesn't play. It's not like he's an Ohio State quarterback playing with all-world NFL talent wide receivers. The guys that he plays with are 3rd, 4th, and 5th round wide receivers, and he makes them guys look super good. So Lenore Sellers is mobile. He's a big kid. He's 6'4.5". He's about 230-something pounds. I'm hearing he's going to run a sub 4.5 40. So, yeah, and he's got the arm strength, and he can read a freaking defense, because South Carolina doesn't play a gimmick offense. They actually play some pro-style offense in South Carolina. So all of those things are pointing me to the fact of we have these 12 picks. We've held on to them. We're targeting a quarterback in the 2026 draft. Lenore Sellers is my pick, Tate. That's what I'm going with. Tate, we got 2 super chats. I'll answer them both real quick. S. Dresden said for the $5, Nico and Mavalado, that's the quarterback of Indiana University, can excel as the pros. I agree. The rest would be average to below average at the league, not Lenore Sellers. Lenore Sellers, if the draft was today, Lenore Sellers would be the #1 overall draft pick at quarterback, regardless of whatever, because that's how good he's playing. Juice Bellamy says for the $1.99, Ty Simpson is my pick next to Moore. Moore and Ty Simpson cannot come out until the next year's draft. So if you're going to pick a kid and you're talking about going quarterback in 2027, you got to get Simpson and Moore then, because they're not coming out this year. They're not eligible to come out. So yeah, let's keep it pushing, y'all. Tate, I guess it's on Shannon now, bro.
Well, when Tate asked me a couple of days ago who did I want to put on the graphic, I said, I don't want the Steelers to go quarterback out of this class. I think it's a very weak class. I don't think that thus far. Now, these guys could change that. The guy that I ended up picking is somebody that can change a lot of people's minds this weekend. But
what did you say to go change some minds this weekend, Shannon?
Yeah, I think he can change
Hell no. Hell no, Shannon. Hell no.
Well,
who y'all? Oh, he talking about. Okay, go ahead with your quarterback. He thought let him finish talking, Big G.
I think that this team, it's going to depend on how this season goes. If they have success, if they get into playoffs and they're on a hot streak, you might see Rodgers come back for one more year. But this team has got a lot of older guys on 1-year contracts. So they are going to need some of them 12 draft picks. And I do want to see them give up the farm to move up for a guy who's mid, when a couple of guys might be available in the 2nd or 3rd round, a la Jalen Hurts, a la Roman Wilson, and so's Tate's guy, who I think might be a later round, not trade up in the first to get. I picked Luke Altmaier from Illinois, and of course, Tate, and Big G knows what I'm saying. They're playing Ohio State this weekend. If he goes out and plays, even if he loses, because they're definitely the underdog, but if they go out and he plays well and makes a competitive game, then he might start to get into the conversation for one of the top drafted quarterbacks. My podcast partner, Daniel, he really likes him. And he kind of started having me pay attention to him. And I see what he's saying. And I can see him being a pro. Now, what kind of pro, where he'll get drafted, we don't know yet. But this is a big weekend for him. But I want to see the Steelers get generational guys in the first round. And at this point of the season, I'm not seeing a for sure generational talent in the first round at quarterback.
No, I don't disagree, Shannon. Which Altmaier is nice. I like the guy he lost to. They got one loss this year. I believe it's the kid. I believe Gavin's brought Mendoza for Indiana. Isn't that right, Big G?
Yep.
And he's a good quarterback.
He put hands on Illinois. Now they obviously the quarterbacks didn't play against each other. They play against the defenses, right? But Altmaier didn't do anything that game because they lost by like 30 points or more.
Yeah.
So, but no, I like the kid. Illinois is ranked highest number 9. They got beat by Indiana and dropped, and they've won a couple games, beat USC. They look good. I think it'll be like more like if you're old enough to remember back when college players used to play in the Senior Bowl and those things, those were big deals. So even first round picks back then.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was 89, the 89 game, maybe 88.
Mm-hmm.
Deion Sanders told Troy Aikman, if you throw my way, you're gonna drop out the first round in that game.
You gone, bro. Don't throw him my way.
That's what Deion told him. So I'm saying, like, Altmaier, don't mess around and try and do too much against Ohio. Play within the game plan, because that defense ain't gave up. They given up 5.5 points through 5 games this year. 5.5 points a game.
They're the number one defense in the country.
So
don't mess around. You're gonna F around and find out. You're gonna F around and find out this week, dog. They're not to be played with.
So Big G, go ahead and read the super chat from Juice. We appreciate you, Juice.
Juice Bellamy said, Ty is a senior, G. No, he's not. He's a junior, and he's a 1-year starter, and he's not coming out from Bama. And then they said, well, Moore from Oregon. Moore is a redshirt sophomore that transferred from UCLA and is not coming out of Oregon this year. The only way is if he wins the national championship and a Heisman. They're not coming out, bro.
He can, though. He's eligible to.
They're not coming out, dog. They're not coming out. They're not coming out, man.
I don't know.
The money that these kids make now and NIL at college, hell no. You realize, like, Quinn Ewers lost money by going pro, right?
Right.
You realize he lost money by going pro.
And he could be where Moore is at now.
Correct. And you realize that Carson Beck, that's the whole reason why he went to Miami, because Beck could have jumped pro. He knew he was going to make more money at Miami than going to playing in the NFL. At least for a 1-year deal. At least for a 1-year deal.
I'm not sure what I did, but you welcome, Juice. Thank you, man, for the super chat.
They ain't coming out.
But so to that, do you think Carson Beck, because last year had a bad year at Georgia, got hurt. The kid that's playing now took the starting position. Carson Beck looked like he should have came out the year before last year, how he looked last year. Now he's going to Miami. He's kind of in the Cam Ward program, right? But we see what Cam Ward's looking at right now, 4 or 5 games in this thing, not that good. Do you think Carson Beck has played himself back into one of the top tier quarterbacks with his time in Miami thus far?
It depends on how the rest of the season looks. I would say he's definitely improved his draft stock, because if he would have came out last year, he was a 5th or a 6th round pick. But he's probably now sitting between the 2nd and the 3rd. He can play his way into the 1st round. There's no doubt about it. He can definitely play his way into the 1st round. But like I said, these kids ain't coming out, bro. That they make more money in college than they do in playing. If you're a 5th or 6th or 7th round draft pick, that's not even guaranteed contract. Stay in college, improve your draft stock. You're going to get $4, $5, $6 million playing quarterback for a major university for a 1-year slot. They're not freaking doing it, bro. That y'all old heads thinking about how college football is. It ain't like that no more. These dudes are staying in to get paid, bro. It ain't like that, bro. Trust me. Big G know about college football.
Go ahead, Big G. You do know your college football. Go ahead, ask Dresden the $2. Read the super chat. I'm gonna talk about my guy real quick. Then we're gonna make our predictions for the Browns Steelers game this weekend. We're gonna get out of here. Go.
Mavea, the quarterback for USC, he's all right, but okay. Watch the USC Michigan game this weekend, and then come back and ask me about him, because he's gonna play some NFL defensive players when he play Michigan. Then come back and ask me about him after you see him play against Michigan, because he's gonna look pedestrian. They're gonna kill that boy. They're going to kill him. Michigan got NFL defensive players, dog. They're going to kill him. They're going to do something strange.
That's a good game this weekend, USC and Michigan. But my guy, Sam Levitt, plays for Arizona State, took them to the playoffs last year, his first year starting. Was it Big 12? They're in the Big 12, right?
Who was that? Yeah, Arizona. Yeah.
Big 12 is hard to remember. I remember there's Pac-10, all these changes got me confused. But offensive Big 12 offensive freshman of the year. He's a redshirt sophomore. Played his first year at Michigan State. Well, didn't play, but transferred out of Michigan State. Went to Michigan State.
Yeah.
6'2", 210, athletic, has a linebacker mentality. He's a real tough kid. Like I said, him and Cam Scatterbo got them boys to the college football playoffs last year. They probably should have beat Texas before Ohio State did.
They had Texas whooped, and they blew it.
They had Texas. Yeah, they did have Texas. So I like his moxie. He has a strong arm, and he's mobile. I don't know how fast he'll run the 40, nothing like that yet. I mean, he looked like a 4.7 guy, maybe at the slowest to me. The eye test, I don't know with a clock. But it's his moxie, it's his arm. And if you get a chance to watch Arizona State this year, you see him on TV. Thanks, Red. See? I tell you all the time I got the QBI. I heard you and Shannon backstage talking about Julian Sand. You know I told you about Julian Sand before the season started too.
Yeah, Julian can win the Heisman, but they're not going to give it to him, but he can.
But what I was talking about, he's a pure passer. Just like I said about C.J. Stroud when you was calling him big trash after the first game.
S. Dresden for the $5 says Sellers' awareness, footwork, and mechanics are awful. S. Dresden, what damn football you been watching? No, they're not. They're not at all. They're not at all. What have you watched the full game? Have you watched all 22 film? The experts are saying if the draft ended today that Lenore Sellers will be the #1 overall pick, man. Come on, man. Stop that.
I like Lenore Sellers a lot. I feel like he's a talent, though.
He's Anthony Richardson 2.0.
I don't think he's not that bad.
Hell no.
He's played more football, Shannon. Anthony Richardson played 11 games at Florida. Lenore Sellers, by the time he's done, will be to play 25 games. It makes a difference.
Listen, I've already seen the quarterback of the future, and his name is Chad Powers.
Who is that?
A fictional character that's on a Netflix show. Hell no.
Oh no, that's
he's been
Apple
endorsed.
TV.
He's been endorsed by both Eli and Peyton Manning.
Hey, but listen,
so has Arch Manning. So I don't know.
So hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm being honest.
He's better than Arch. He's better than Arch.
Arch is big trash. But listen, but I ain't mad at you guys saying that to utilize these 12 picks to be able to make the roster better and then wait a year or two to insert the franchise quarterback. I'm not mad at that either.
That's where I was going. If Aaron Rodgers wants to play another year, you don't have to draft court. Give Will Howard, make him your development quarterback and see what he looks like after 2 years sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. You can take those picks. Go ahead, Shannon.
I would be okay with, even if Rodgers retires, using these draft picks. Here's another concept. Another concept. Trade up in each round and get a target that you want.
Yeah.
You can do that with
not just a quarterback, but trade up in these rounds with your surplus of talent. Get the guys you really want, and then look at the quarterback next year. and have Will Howard and have a guy like we're talking about, a second rounder maybe or third round quarterback, and go into the season with that. Don't reach and pay too much for a mid quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's big facts. I mean, and it makes sense because what happens to the Steelers traditionally is there's a guy that we know good and damn well they're going to pick, and somebody jumps in front of them and takes the guy that we wanted.
Exactly.
And then we scramble and we're like, damn, what do we? So with those 12 picks, you can do something like that, Shannon. That's good big facts, man.
I mean, make Shannon not Omar Khan's because that's Weidel. Make Shannon Weidel's assistant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big facts. I mean, I'm just saying Tate for the exercise. Tate said we had to pick a quarterback. So Lenore Sully,
right? Yeah. Thank you for participating, Shannon, not staying on your fence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juice Bellamy for the $4.99. He said, "Here's my bias coming out: draft Downs or Arvell Reese or Cornell Tate. I would love all of them." I would listen.
Big
Reese,
G want every Buckeye.
Listen, Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Cornell Tate, or Sonny Styles. Draft them. And I'm gonna tell you, Austin Sareville, the left tackle, he's a dog. He's a dog.
Hey, Big G, let me ask you this when we make our picks in the game. If you could give all 12 of your picks away, right? The 12 Steeler picks, and pick any 4 Ohio State players you wanted, would you do that?
Hell yeah. If I could get Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, and Cornell Tate, it's freaking over. It's over. It's over. Listen, dog. I can go out there about 250.
So you just replace right there with your 4 picks. You replace Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson.
Yeah, they gone to the bench. They gone to the bench. Matter of fact, Queen, we cutting them. We getting off that money. Wilson, you can stay, but Sonny's your green dot. Arvell Reese is the dude standing right beside him because they killers. Caleb Downs now comes in, plays safety next to Elliott, and I put Cornell Tate next to damn DK Metcalf. It's over.
I'll go first because it's high time. We know how sometimes we'll go. Time to get this train back on track so we can get out of here. So I'm gonna pick first and let you guys decide who. No, I'm gonna pick, have a number in my head, and y'all gonna pick a number between 1 and 10. Whoever's the closest gets to go last. My take on the Steelers versus Browns game this weekend: competitive game, defensive struggle. I've said all year, if you're able to put 20 on the board against the Browns, you should win. I think they get to Dylan Gabriel. Flores last week they didn't do it against the Steelers. They didn't do it like Brian Flores' defense didn't. They got people hurt too, though.
They do. They got a long injury list, very long injury list.
Yeah. But they never really dialed it up on the rookie to me. They stayed in the game. The Browns run a lot of 12 personnel. They like Njoku and Harold Fannin, the rookie tight end. But I got the Steelers defense. Somebody said earlier they scored a touchdown. Was that Claude? Somebody put a super chat in the last
Claude
show.
did. Claude did.
I see them scoring defensive touchdown, a strip sack fumble. Alex Highsmith is back. Joey Porter is back. Elliott played the game and then got a bye week and now it's coming back. He's such a difference maker on that defense, man.
That's facts.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Steelers pull this game out. I'm going to say I'm going to give us a big win. I'm going to say 24-13, man.
Oh, Shannon. Shannon.
I got a number in my head. Go. Between 1 and 10. Big G.
3.
Big G.
1.
Shannon's close. My number was 8.
I know you always go high, dog. You're a gambler.
So, Shannon, you want to kick off or receive the ball? Which means
I'll go ahead and make my prediction.
Go ahead. All right. He's taking the kickoff, Big G.
Yes, yes. I think that the Steelers should be able to pressure Gabriel. He he likes to throw to his left, and especially pressured. He's locking on to his first receiver. He's not going through his progressions, typical rookie stuff. I think the Steelers defense has the ability to pressure him and to take advantage of his mistakes. They've done it to a lot better quarterbacks already this year with the turnovers. So I think they have an advantage there. I think they're going to be smart and not just run against a brick wall. And the Browns have a really good run defense. So I think we'll see the Steelers utilize that quick passing attack, be creative, misdirection, get the ball to Darnell Washington, Scaroni, guys like that, they're not expecting. And all that to say, I'll pick the Browns to win 23-20 because I've picked the Steelers to lose 2 weeks in a row, and they've won. And I will never pick them to win again until they break this streak. So I'm going to pick the Browns 23-20.
Shannon, that's diabolical. You picked the Cleveland Browns to beat the Steelers?
Yep. And then you can tell me I was wrong next week, and I'll be happy.
Yeah,
I think Shannon's going this route, man, just because he believes that him picking against them is when they gonna win. It's reverse psychology.
Oh, definitely.
Taking one for the team.
Yes, definitely. Doing my part.
Yeah,
doing your part. That's right.
Facts. All right, so listen. The Steelers, 2 things they got to do. Play action passing this week for Pittsburgh can work. You have to establish the run. Don't be scared of running at them. Matter of fact, get physical with them, get sexual with them, run straight at them, and then run play action. Run play action off it. The play action in the middle of the field is going to be wide open. And you got to hit Warren and Gainwell on wheel routes out of the backfield and with wide receiver screens. You got to hit them on wheel routes out of the backfield and wide receiver screens. That's the key to the offense. Play action, run the ball, play action in the middle of the field, and hit those guys on wheel routes. Defensively, you have to blitz Gabriel. Like how we went after Carson Wentz, and we blitzed on rundowns. We had run blitz packages. Continue with the same idea. Blitz Gabriel. He's a rookie quarterback. He's going to make mistakes. He's actually going to mess up now. And now the Cleveland Brown coach is, what are you going to do now? Because you ain't got a veteran to go to. So the next man up is Shador. That's even going to get worse. So blitz Gabriel, put him on the ground, and do not allow Cleveland to establish the run with Quinshon Judkins. If you do that, you walk out of the game. Pittsburgh Steelers 27, Cleveland Browns 17.
They got to stop Judkins. Regardless, they got to stop him.
Facts. I already told Anthony Godwin this is how we listen. 42 power. I'm telling you how you take care of Garrett. 42 power. Run straight at him with Big 12 personnel. Big 12.
I think he can be ran at because he wants to get to the quarterback solely. I don't know how good he is against the run. I mean, he's good, but his focus is the passer. I don't know that he really, holds a good edge. I think trap blocks, wham blocks coming around his side can be effective because he's looking upfield, and you bring that pulling guard or that tight end in motion, whoever it is, and hammer him and let that running back get that edge and be 1-on-1 out there against a corner. I like that. I like that in the run game once you establish the pass, which then opens up the play action. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. So I said 24-13. Big G, you said
27-17.
27-17. Shannon got the Steelers losing 23-20. But we all believe that to keep the streak going, he's taking one for the team. So in a game he knows we have to win. Somebody said, Shannon, who was it? Said Shannon got a Magic Reserve card now. So they didn't put you in there, Shannon, but you on reserve though.
No, I ain't jinxing them. I'm not picking them to win because they'll lose for sure.
I bet if they win, the expectation will be you picking to lose every week, Shannon. So
yes,
that's what he said he's gonna do. That's what he said he's gonna do. The rest of the way,
undefeated, baby.
With that being said, fellas, we appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Everybody, shout out to everybody, man. We had a lot of people. We got up to like 145 people watching this evening. Definitely appreciate it. Last comment, Darnell watches for star left. No, I think Darnell's most valuable at tight end. Now, Darnell would make more money at tackle, but I think that transition takes some time. Even if you move him next year, I don't know that he's starting left tackle right away, right? Because he's never done it before.
Correct.
So I think the Steelers will offer him money to stay at tight end and decide who to trade between Muth and my guy Jonnu Smith. Same thing on the other side of the ball. They're gonna sign Herbig and maybe try and trade Alex Highsmith, but after this year, we'll see what that
facts. Total facts.
So yeah, digital does definitely go Steelers. With that being said, we're about to get out of here till next week. For myself, the Trip OG, the Big G, 50-50, no Diddy, Mr. Get Sexually Physical with football teams, Mr. Algorithm.
Yeah.
We're everywhere with Big G, man. But thanks everybody for rocking with us. Mother of Afton, shout out. We'll see you this weekend sometime. The homies tomorrow night, Friday night, B Dirt and Pay. They got some explaining to do because, man, I think they both had the Ravens and the Bengals top of the division. Granted, I told them the Steelers lost their number one QB in week 2 back in 2020, and we still managed to pull out a winning season or a non-losing season. You boys could be headed for a losing season. So,
both of them.
That speaks a lot to the franchises, the coaching, and everything. So, we'll see. But until next week, man, we out, fellas.
Holla.
Peace.
Let's go.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here.